Fitting herringbone flooring is not like normal laminate, but it's also not something to be feared. In this video we're going to help you produce an amazing finish with some tips and tricks. First things first, you will need a few tools to make fitting as pain-free as possible. A pen or pencil and measuring tape to mark your boards. A right angle tool is also going to become your new best friend when laying. You'll also need a saw and possibly a pull bar. Creating the herringbone pattern requires the boards to be laid at a perfect 90-degree angle to each other. This is why your right angle tool is going to become your best friend. Most herringbone floors comes in boxes of A and B sided boards. Make sure that these are separated before laying. Some floors have a click system that enables fitting without the need for these, however the pattern for laying remains the same. Some manufacturers will suggest laying the first central column and working out towards your walls. We, however, are going to follow the most common row by row method. Always follow the manufacturer guidelines. Once you've sorted your boards, decide on the direction you want to fit your flooring and find the central line to the room. Once this has been identified, mark a straight line down the length of the subfloor or the underlay. This will ensure that you remain on track when fitting your rows. A common misconception with herringbone is that your centre mark should line up with the point of your boards. This will actually lead to an imbalance of boards when you come to finish. Now the key to getting your flooring right is your first row. If this isn't laid accurately, you'll experience problems the further down the room you go. Lay your first board with the centre of the short joint in line with your centre mark. Engage your second board using the manufacturer fitting technique, and using your right angle tool, ensure this is a perfect 90-degree angle. From here, lay the remaining boards out towards your wall. You want to create full triangles of flooring. When you can no longer complete this, stop laying boards. Again, check that all these angles are at 90 degrees to each other. Once you're happy, lay another 2 or 3 rows, ensuring that the boards sit at that magic 90 degrees. Once you've got these laid, take a mark from the top corner of your first board and draw a horizontal line across these boards. Disassemble, cut, relay to form 3 triangles of flooring. Don't throw away the offcuts, as these will be used at the end of the room. Rotate your triangles so the cut line is now against the start wall, allowing a gap for expansion. Line up however many triangles you've created along with the centre line. For your next row, starting at the edge of the room, measure the distance from the corner of your triangle at the starter wall to the wall you're about to lay up against. Take this measure, again allowing for expansion, and cut a board at a 45-degree angle to create your edging board. Engage the board with the first triangle and fit the remaining boards in the row. This first row will connect all of your starter triangles together. At this point, it's worth checking your angles again to ensure they are sitting at a 90-degree angle to each other. For the board on the opposite wall, measure the distance, cut to 45 degrees and fit into place. Continue this process until the majority of your room is covered. Once you can no longer fit a full board in place, like we did with the wall, measure the distance from the corner of the adjoining board to your finishing wall. This time, you're cutting your board at 135 degrees. You'll need to remeasure after each board row is laid. Remember your offcuts from before? Some of these should be able to be used to fit into these areas. Keep this process going until your flooring is fitted to the finishing wall. To fill the 2 starting corners, follow the same process. Measure, cut and fit. For any further help, contact our team, and remember to like and hit that subscribe button for more helpful tips.